What's up, everybody? Welcome back. The waiver wire is buzzing, and this week's pickups could be league winners. Whether you're replacing an injury, chasing upside, or just looking for a breakout player, I've got the top fantasy football ads that you need to grab before your opponents do. Let's break it down. Let's start off with our quarterbacks. And number one, you see him all the way at the very top. It's Matthew Stafford. He's currently the QB6, and he has had 25 points in each of the last two games. They're playing the Ravens, which they have a weak defense, which will give them a lot of opportunity to break through and get explosive plays, which will benefit him. Next up, he's just returning from injury. It's Brock Purdy. Purdy's the quarterback for the 49ers. As you can see up there, he's only rostered in about 71% of leagues. He's averaged 17 fantasy points per game when he's been in. And as he's returning from injury, he'll look to continue that trend in the weeks to come. Finally, he's actually second out of all the quarterbacks. It's Trevor Lawrence. He's averaged 15 fantasy points per game, and he's currently ranked as the quarterback 18. He did great in week 5, scoring 26 fantasy points, and has done pretty solid in the rest of the weeks. Now let's move on to our running backs. And number 1 is Michael Carter. Carter showed himself as the clear number 1 running back for the Arizona Cardinals after he scored 18.3 fantasy points. This will only continue to go up as Amari DeMercado, the other running back, did awfully, and he fumbled the ball at the goal line, eventually resulting in an Arizona loss. So with Carter getting an expanded role and facing a better Colts team, they will have tons of opportunities to run the ball and pass the ball to him. As you can see, he's also very active in the passing game. Alright, next up, we have Kendre Miller. Miller has been added a lot because last week he saw even more carries than Alvin Kamara, 10 to Kamara's 8. Even though it didn't result in a breakthrough this week, these amounts of carries that he's been getting in the past couple of weeks could lead to a breakout game, which would be very beneficial for his fantasy value. Finally, he's possibly the biggest breakout player of last week. It's Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle has been great this season. He's gotten 10 in 1 week, and last week he got 32 because of Chuba Hubbard's injury. These stats were a lot better than the ones Chuba Hubbard has been getting, so I wonder if he could push for the starting role. But while Rico is still the starter with Chuba Hubbard out, he is a fantasy lineup lock. Let's move on to our receivers. First up, we have Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond is a wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns, and even though his stats haven't been great, with the injury to Cedric Miller and more targets and receptions than Jerry Jeudy, he looks like he's poised for a breakout game. Our next guy is Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne has averaged 10.2 fantasy points because he had a 24-point breakout week last week. He could challenge Ricky Pearsall for the leading role and could see an increased target share in the weeks to come. Finally, we have Torrey Horton. Torrey Horton is the wide receiver 2 for the Seahawks. As you can see, he's been great. Gives a lot of red zone upside and could continue to get a lot more of the regular targets outside of the red zone in the weeks to come. He's only a red zone option for now, but he could become so much more as he is a rookie. Now let's move on to our tight ends. We've got Mason Taylor, who's had 2 great weeks. All these tight ends have done great in the past 2 weeks. Mason Taylor got 11.5 and 17.7. Theo Johnson got 10.7 and 21.3. And Darren Waller did best of all, scoring 17.7 and 18.8. Darren Waller's especially good because of Tyreek Hill's injury, so you should add him to your team while he continues these incredible stats. Let's go on to our defenses now. I'm going to start off with the Packers defense, who might be rostered in a couple of leagues, but the Packers defense have been doing well. They're currently ranked 23rd, their position, 21 fantasy points, but they had a bye last week, so they're available in a ton of leagues. They're playing the Bengals, who have struggled a ton offensively this year. Next up is a team who's playing another weaker team. It's the Colts defense. The Colts defense dominated this year, and they're still available in a ton of leagues. Playing a weak Arizona team could help them continue the trend of beating up weaker teams. Now, let's move on to the Browns defense. The Browns defense just completely dissected the Vikings. It's been crazy, but the Browns defense are available in a couple of leagues, and they're playing Pittsburgh, which will give them another chance to shine. And that wraps up our best waiver wire ads. Whether you're celebrating a big win or regrouping after a tough loss, use these insights to get ahead heading into week 6. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite of these ads in the comments below. Thank you.